Hey folks, it's Thursday, September 17th. I'm back in Redmond, Oregon, back home. A week ago, minus a day, or minus 2 days. Yeah. Week ago, Wednesday, I was here and made my way up to Portland, Oregon. Spent the night with my sister and brother-in-law. Got on a plane the next day. At least I think it was the next day. Yeah, it was the next day. And flew across the country to Newark International Airport, or Liberty Airport, going out east to celebrate my 8-month-old grandson's baptism, which took place on Sunday, and arrived. But before the wonderful event on Sunday, rented a car the next day and drove a little over 200 miles north up to Norfolk, Massachusetts, to spend the day with Charlie Mack and his wife at their wonderful home on the Charles River, where we talk shop and models and a whole bunch of other things that I don't really remember anymore, but we had a great time. Maybe a little bit more about that later. Stayed overnight at a nice hotel about 9 miles away in the exurbs or countryside of Massachusetts. Just beautiful, beautiful evening, beautiful area. On Saturday then, I drove the 215 miles back to suburban New Jersey and got back and let's see. Oh yeah, then we had a grand dinner at my daughter's and son-in-law's home and feasted. Sunday was the big event, the baptism at the church, and then a nice get-together with the party, the sponsors, the parents, the grandparents, all of us at a wonderful, pizzeria. And there's nothing like pizzerias out east, although folks in Chicago and maybe a few other places would take exception to that. But anyway, it was great. Okay, so that was Sunday. And then Monday, I spent about half the day over at my daughter's home and then got on a plane and took a 5-hour flight back to Portland. Got into PDX last night, I guess about 8:30 p.m. Pacific time, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time, which is what my body was on. And I spent the night and drove the 140 miles south back to Redmond today. And so traversed the country, spent some wonderful time with family and my darling little grandson. And I'm totally wiped out. Although I put a hold mail on that explicitly said mail was to be held until tomorrow, why am I not surprised that in the mail locker there were a bunch of things? But that's okay. And so I got some stuff for the hobby room. Set of 5 sable brushes from Monument Hobbies. These Monument Hobbies Pro Sable brushes are just wonderful. I really shouldn't abuse my brushes so much. They hold up pretty well. And if I took better care of them, they'd hold up even longer. But it was time for another set in different widths, diameters, etc. So I got those. Then when I was at the fly-in at Hood River a week or two ago in the gift shop, I saw a monogram Wright Brothers Kitty Hawk kit. Looked like it was almost an original edition. And I said, I got to have that. And then I forgot to buy it because we went out and looked at all the the cars and planes and stuff, and I did remember to buy some other stuff, but I forgot about that. So when I got back, I ordered it. And it just so happened I got a pristine kit with the cellophane plastic still on. I saw that when I took that off, I saw the date of the Wright brothers. This one was 1997, so presumably this particular, or the plastic in here, was produced or stamped out or injection molded or whatever the heck they do 20, almost 30, 27 years ago. But the molding, the tooling on this kit dates from 1958. All that being said, I took a peek in the box, and I have to be careful now in the way I put this, but the flash for something that old is amazingly, there's not a whole lot of it. Now, it's not a terribly sophisticated kit, but it's kind of cool, and I just had to have this, and that was reinforced because when I was up in Norfolk and looking at Charlie Mack's incredible collection of ships, planes, figures, automobiles, he had the Wright Flyer sitting up on his shelf. And I said, "Oh, I was trying to buy that. In fact, I ordered it. It might be back at my place when I get back." Here it is. And yeah, I'm going to put together this old biplane. Bit of rigging to do. Be good practice. I might actually divert my attention from or delay finishing the Roland and just do a little practice rigging on this one, because not terribly concerned about messing it up. I didn't invest a whole lot for this vintage old kit. It should be fun, something a bit different for me. But back to the visit. I had just a super time with Charlie and his spouse. They were just such kind, gracious hosts. It was a great day. Just so glad I made the trip. I was presented with some small styrene figures. Charlie had a plastic bag with me with some stuff he'd culled out of his stash. But one of the big one was a resin pirate captain, a bust, a torso and head. I'm not sure exactly what scale it is. The biggest scale I've ever painted is 1/32nd. No, 1/24th, I'm sorry. I've done that. This has got to be like 1/10 or 1/12. Maybe it's bigger. I don't know. But anyway, I put together the resin pieces of this smirking, scowling, sneering pirate captain. And then after I washed it, cleaned it up, and then zenithal primed it. So, here he is. And yeah, something big to work on. I'll have to get a base, but this is just great, and so much room to work with. But of course, then you've got to really work hard on it. The thing I'm not sure. Of course, I know I'm going to do the face and the pistols and the accessories. What color should I paint the coat? Now, I think the coat should be faded. I don't think pirates were prancing around in beautiful, immaculate apparel. I could be wrong. But so should it be a claret or red or crimson tone? Should it be a faded blue? Should it be a brown or something? I don't want to do brown or black or gray. That's what I do all my military figures with. So I think it should be something with a little more pop. So I'm thinking claret maroon, something faded for the jacket, the coat, and then the facings maybe a real subdued or faded, really faded gold, not a bright gold, but sort of something between maybe a champagne color or something. I don't know. That's the idea. So I'm going to have fun. I'm going to have fun with this guy. He's just got a great expression, and looking forward to that. And then I've got the right flyer. And by then, well, actually, I'll probably take quite a while to paint that figure. I'm going to take my time on him. But do the Wright Brothers Kitty Hawk flyer, the Wright Brothers flyer, and then get to work on and see if I can finish up the Wing Not Wings Roland in the latter half of this month. I'll tell you something about these cross-country trips for an old man. It's like, it reminds me of like how I thought I could, leap tall buildings and stuff and fly around the world through multiple time zones when I was young. And at least I remember doing that. I did do it, whether I did it with no ill effects or not. The way I tell the history is I did. But these days, 3 time zones is enough to wipe me out for a couple of days. But it was a great trip to see family, see my first grandchild, and that a blessed event, and to get together with a really great friend who I had the honor and pleasure of meeting via YouTube. I'm a very fortunate guy to have those things in my life, and it was a wonderful time. Okay, I'm wiped out. I think I've got to catch up and fall asleep to maybe some recorded Premier League games that happened over the weekend that I didn't get to see. Thanks for watching, folks.